Hello everyone, to another video on World Legends Endsieg, episode 4, Rome and Empire to Collapse. Last up, on the last episode, we watched as Burgundy declared war on Italy and Spain. Unfortunately, though, they left the Organization of Free Nations to prevent a major global conflict with Burgundy, as the other powers need more time. But time is not something they really have on their hands at the moment. And for the first time, I'm going to be doing this in a sort of stop motion. So I already have the battle planned out, but I can just hit redo and reenact the battle. That way it's a lot smoother. So at first we see France is committing to a northern campaign in Italy and in the north of Spain, taking Catalonia and landing and taking out Corsica. They immediately try a naval invasion, but it fails, so they favor a campaign again. They immediately take Sardinia as well and try to continue in the north of Spain, but Spain repels it. So instead, Burgundy tries to broaden their front line and continue their assault. They land in the north of Italian Libya, and they take Malta. They immediately land in the island of Sicily and secure the entrance to the Adriatic Sea. They immediately go for another northern campaign and retry for Madrid. However, they're barely just out of reach of the city, and Spain repels one of their attacks. Actually, a lot of their attacks. But unfortunately, a gunfire was exchanged by Burgundian and Greece troops on the border, so Greece immediately enters the war. With this, Burgundy starts an invasion of Greece and another invasion of South Italy. They make multiple landings and cut off the Italian armies there. Two rebellion groups immediately pop up in Slovenia and Croatia, or Dalmatia. They immediately link up and troops in South Italy begin pushing up. The Burgundian forces manage to link up and close in around Rome. Rome, however, still holds, so Burgundy continues down and captures all of Albania and starts a campaign in Greece, which plans to take Athens. They immediately expand their front in Spain, but a great push from the resistance is made, where they push back on multiple fronts, and Greece even manages to liberate some of its own areas. A campaign in North Africa is favored, but unfortunately it was repelled, and Rome slowly begins to fall, until finally Rome collapses. With this, a Spanish assault begins, but Spain repels the attack on Madrid again, due to help with the Western Allies, who are supplying them in the war. Greece immediately manages to push them back, and they convince North Macedonia to join in and catch the Burgundians off guard, which allows for a retaking of Albania and a push-up, but they are eventually stalemated and deadlocked. With this, Burgundy continues their assault on Spain, focusing most of their resources. They immediately encircle Madrid and begin pushing out. Spain tries to recapture Madrid, but unfortunately it does not succeed. Soon, Madrid is slowly getting enclosed, and even as the Spanish fight desperately, they are no match for the Burgundian armies. And as they cut off Galicia from the rest of Spain, Galicia completely surrenders. With this, Madrid is enclosed, and with a few more victories in Spain and another large encirclement, Spain is knocked out of the war. With this, Greece inevitably sues for peace with Burgundy. Rome knew it was going to collapse, and they put up a brave, resilient fight against the Burgundians, but unfortunately they were no match. So shall we look at the peace treaty? So taking a look at this peace treaty, we can immediately see that some good and some bad have come out of it. Such as Burgundy has gotten even more powerful, well, as they've taken over both Corsica, Sardinia, occupied Rome, Sicily, and the north of Morocco, and they've even got colonies now on both sides of Africa. Meanwhile, Greece united with North Macedonia and Albania, occupied Albania to create the state of New Byzantium. Their goal is to reunite all of the Byzantine territory and as I was saying, what their goal is to reunite these territory in Turkey with themselves again, take over Cyprus. But their other main goal is to help restore Italy back. So they create a new pact away from the Organization of Free Nations. But Greece is still a part of both. Greece, or known as the Byzantine Republic as of right now, is getting some friends. They go over to Bulgaria, and who actually was in the Unity Pact, but the Unity Pact got mostly dismantled after the German Civil War. The only people that are in it now are the Reichskommissariats and Hungary, along with Romania. But Greece decides to create a new alliance called the Independent Republics. So they invite Bulgaria and Serbia, who are all fine to join in. Their goal is to take back the Bulgarian lands and take back former Greek lands in Turkey. With that, they have their goals set. Burgundy has, however, expanded and will only continue to get more powerful. We have one of our first small wars actually happening. And it's between in Ukraine and the Caucasus region. Both these places got their independence before, but that doesn't matter now. After some gunfire was exchanged, and Ukraine actually wanting all of this territory, Ukraine launches an invasion. They invade from the north and invade from a bridge in Crimea. They immediately encircle and cut and obliterate these troops. They start sweeping through with relative ease until Donbass capitulates. So we now see Ukraine receiving everything they wanted, and basically an insult to the Tatars, which, by the way, are now getting invaded again by Turkey. They want to link up with Azerbaijan. So another invasion of the regions takes place. Turkey immediately invades through here, here and sets up defensive lines all around, like, right here. That way they can't be invaded. So they work through Armenia, which they are not happy about, but who cares about the Armenians, right? That's what the Turkish government would say. Okay? Except maybe the Turkish government might take all my family hostage. So, you know. But they continue their encirclement and link up to Azerbaijan, which willingly joins them. And Donbass is like, alright, I'm done. So, they surrender again. So, now we see, them getting absolutely wrecked. And I realized I didn't pause to cut there. Frick. But, regardless, we see the territory ceded over, and Dagestan and Chechnya and Georgia all become independent. So yeah, they're not having a fun day either. You know who else isn't having a fun day? That's right, India. India isn't having a fun day. So immediately, troops from Pakistan and Bangladesh immediately start trying to seize the territory in India. However, the Organization of Free Nations, which protects India, is like, no. So they'll basically send all of their armies to India, in which they begin counteroffensives really quickly. They immediately kick Pakistan out and immediately gun it for Kashmir, taking over Kashmir easily. Hardly a fight. They immediately take Islamabad, and they push out and invade here. Immediately, they take all of the majorly populated regions, and Bangladesh capitulates, and Pakistan collapses. Now, normally India wouldn't take anything but put pro-Indian puppets in, but they want India to get stronger, so they want to reform the Raj, physically. America says India must acknowledge that Buddhism and, well, Hindu and Islamic cultures. So basically, it just basically says don't be a jerk to other people's religions. And with this, the kingdom of Raj is formed. And that will do it for this episode. Mostly proxy wars with one major huge war to start off with. However, it wouldn't be a normal video without some foreshadowing to it. So, with this, something terrible happens. The new German leader and Himmler have not had the best of relations, as Himmler wants to recontrol all of Germany, and the new German leader does not want Himmler to do anything, and he wants him to stay far the hell away in Burgundy. So, with this, horrible news comes to pass. Immediately, now, Burgundy has declared war on Germany. But this doesn't end here. Immediately, new and standing members of of the World Treaty, not World Treaty, my bad, of the Organization of Free Nations join in this final coalition against Germany. So, as we see here, more people continue to join. And as we see, the stage is now set. The world has prepared its final brawl. The age is coming. The Turkestans have united, and Romania switches sides indefinitely. With this, the Republic of Tomsk also joins in. And the fascists and ultranationalists in Russia also side. The stage is set for the final World War, the greatest war, World War III, or as the Western Allies would like to call it, World War II, Part 2.